Okay, I've got iOS 5, actually 5.0.1 running on your phone. I know you've used it on your iPad, but it's going to be a whole different world using it on your phone because there's going to be several different things going on using it on your phone than you're used to. I'm going to hit the two or three things that I think you'll use immediately right off the bat, and I'll show you littler things later. Let's see, notification center is the biggest thing. Now I know, like in the past, say you were playing hanging with friends or whatnot, and somebody would text you and the blue bubble would pop up and it would kind of interrupt what you were doing. Well, that's not the case anymore. Now if you get a text or something while you're in an app, it's going to be a banner that's going to look like this silver thing, and it's going to pop up. It's going to have the sender of it, like I say, a text, and then as much as the text will fit there, so you can kind of read enough to know if it's something that you just want to get to in a minute, or if you need to back out now and go look at it. And once it flops up right there, and then it'll flop back down and disappear, then it'll store itself in the notification center. Swipe down, and that text will be there. And to go, or you got missed phone calls, if you hit the text or the missed phone calls, it will take you right to where you need to go for that. There's a missed call while I've had your phone, somebody's called you. You hit that notification, and it will take you there. Same thing for a text. If you pull down the notification center, the text is going to be there. You hit it, and it's going to, take you to the text interaction with that person. You've got a weather banner up here. You can kind of put different stuff. This is kind of the default. There was a stock one at the bottom, but I took it off because I didn't think you'd want that. But you've got local weather here. Swipe it to the side, and then you're going to have the forecast. Swipe it back. There's your current conditions. If you hit that, it's going to take you to the iPhone weather app. That's notifications. You're going to really enjoy it. It really takes a lot of headache out of using apps and getting interrupted by the big blue box. The second thing that's real big that I know you haven't used, because we've got the iPod 1 with no camera. There's a lot of changes in the camera. The best one and the biggest one is getting to your camera real fast from sleep mode. So let's say this is, you're in the recliner and your phone's sitting on the table next to you and you hadn't used it in a while, so it's asleep. Well, say one of the kids are doing something real cute and you just, you really want to get that picture out quick. It used to be impossible because you have to wake up the phone, find the camera app, and wait on it to fire up. Now you can open up the camera real quick. You pick it up, hit the home button to wake it up, double tap the home button, camera app pops up. You hit that, it fires up the camera immediately. I'm going to do it in real time for you. Let's say there's something I want to get a picture real quick. Pow. Camera's up. Another thing is, now when you're in landscape mode, taking a picture in landscape mode, you can use the volume button to take a picture. It's like your shutter button. So now, there you go. Because it's neat, because it's kind of like what you're used to with the cameras we've always used. So now you can use the volume up button to take a picture. You can edit pictures now within the phone and not having to use apps. There's a lot of apps around for that, but like options, if you see options, HDR, I turn that on for you. You can turn on grid, and it'll put a grid in the picture, and that's kind of neat. But you can edit pictures now right in the app. Okay, you turn it in landscape, and you'll see right here, edit. I don't know how well that shows up here, but you hit edit, and there's a few things you can do. You can enhance with this button. Right here, you can push this button and then touch all the red eyes, and that's a red eye eliminator that you can just use by touching the eyes in the picture. And then you can crop. Like cropping is, you push the crop button and you just drag it with your finger and you can crop a picture. All that's right there in the camera app. The next thing is reminders. With Siri gone on our phones, that's kind of the best you can do right now. The way they work is you hit the plus to create one, and you just type in what it is you want it to do. Call Brian tomorrow, and then you can say remind me You push, that, and then you can pick the time, the date and the time, AM, PM, that you want that reminder to come through. You can repeat it or whatnot, and it'll add it to your calendar. And you see here some of your calendar stuff has imported into reminders. I didn't do that. It did it on its own. So it kind of talks back and forth with your calendar. Another thing that's really, really neat, but I'll tell you in a minute why I say, don't use it a whole lot, is when you're doing a reminder, you can do it by your location. So it can remind me at a location. You can turn that on, and because your phone, it incorporates a GPS, so you can say when I leave so and so, or when I arrive so and so. You can when I arrive, and then you can have your home address in there, and when you get to where you're going, that it'll know you're there, and then that's when it'll send you the push notification. And as neat as that is, the reason I say don't use it is because it turns on your navigation, and it stays on until that reminder is met. And that's generally not a good thing, because it's going to be chewing battery the entire time, because it's going to be pinging, looking for your location. So only use that if it's something super important and you think you're only, you're going to be there the next hour or so. You wouldn't want to do something like that if it's something in 2 or 3 days. The third thing is iMessage. It's something that you're really not going to notice a whole lot. It looks a lot like text, but if you're texting someone that's got an iOS device, whether an iPad or an iPhone, it's going to be blue. And what that's doing, it's using iMessage, which is now between iPhones and iPads and even iPod Touches. It's their way of communicating, and it's not using as SMS. So you're not texting me anymore, or Tina, or Adam, or anybody that that has an iPhone. You're not using text messages anymore. You're using iMessage. And the good thing about that is, like when you're doing pictures and sending pictures and video and stuff, it's a lot faster and a lot easier than using just standard SMS, because it's using data in the iMessage is, and seeing a video or a picture, it just flies through rather than it taking a long time. With SMS. iCloud, as you know, you did it the other day on the iPad. There's not going to be any more plugging into the computer. You can, when you plug in your phone at night and it goes to sleep, it's going to back up to the iCloud. Everything's going to be in the cloud now. But that's the kind of stuff we can talk about later. Those are the few things I wanted to show you that I think you'll be able to use immediately and enjoy.